are back.
We're so
Back. We are very much back. I know a lot of people have been waiting, anticipating,
clamoring for us to come back.
and we are back for. We're not calling it season 2 because we said I think last season we don't call it a season. Anyway, we're here. I think we're
No
gonna try
episode number this time too.
I think
I
it's
won.
actually
I
25.
won.
It's 25. We're gonna keep it tight. We're gonna try to. This one might be tough, but the idea is like 15 minutes of random shit, 15 minutes of Sixers, 15 minutes of Tottenham. We're not talking about anything else. Nothing else. Eagles are 4-0.
Except in passing.
Nobody gives a shit.
Red October starts tomorrow.
Nobody gives a shit. Actually, we
I
do.
give a shit,
We're
but
not going to talk about it.
You
So-
barely give a shit. Who are you kidding?
This episode, though, is going to be an NBA predictions episode. So that's going to replace the Sixers because we got to do that.
And kind of a recap. How we're feeling about the team.
Yeah, so for random thoughts, we're going to implement a few things, right? We're filming on Mondays after I play basketball. We're going to go over my stats.
Always.
Always.
And this is my first reaction to them as well.
Right. You have no idea how I did. We're going to implement something else. We're going to get to know our talent and Ari. And we're going to talk about our favorite.
I'm the talent.
Yeah, that's what he thinks. At least his internet's a little better in this new dorm. So notice
it's so finicky.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some days it's
you don't
really
have the
good.
cinder blocks. It doesn't look like a prison cell. That's a little better.
Some days it's really good. Some days it's like really bad.
Okay. I noticed the hair's disheveled, crazy. He's growing it out. He's got a Wu-Tang shirt on. I think that's because we went to the concert last week. I took my son to
It's also my
Wu-Tang
only
concert.
good shirt left.
Have you not done laundry since you? Oh boy, you've been there like
Wednesday.
4 weeks.
Wednesday.
You've been there 5 weeks, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got a lot of clothes.
Do you have 5 weeks of underwear, you dirtball?
I have a solid like week and a half left of underwear.
So you have 50 pairs of underwear.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, that's insane. I'm gonna have to speak to your Ema, your mother. We're gonna figure that out. So anyway, we're gonna talk about favorite something, and you're not gonna know the favorite.
Oh.
And then we're gonna talk some random shit like we normally do, and then we're gonna get into Sixers, then Tottenham. So to start, played today. We cut it short. We had 12 guys, 2 guys left injured. It's not good.
Did you get mercy ruled?
No mercy rules because it's pickup, right? I was like 2 for 6 in like 5 games, but I hit a game winner. The shot, so if you're looking at the basket, the right hand side shot was fire, like sweet. Shot on the left hand side, not so good. Something about the angles threw me off. I had a few nice passes. I had a few where I went up to shoot, and then one of my teammates was on the basket. So it may have looked like a shot, but it was not a shot. It was definitely a pass. So I had a handful of I usually only count points because I'm selfish and I'm that kind of a player.
But you counted assists today because the shot wasn't falling?
I had to because it was so bad offensively. Defensively, I was okay. There was one play where the guy made a move, and I could tell if I had planted that my body would have gone in one direction and my knee would have gone in another one, and that's not where we want to be. So I kind of just
especially at your big age.
I know. So I pulled up and he went right by me, but then he walked and he called a travel on himself, which usually doesn't happen. People just kind of travel. We have one guy who specifically travels on every shot he takes, every shot. He takes 3 steps as he's setting his feet. Nobody calls it on him. I would have let this guy go.
You're all old.
On himself, referee. So I appreciate that, Dom, if you're out there.
No Jeff the ref?
No Jeff the ref. Yeah, this is not. But soon we're going to have Sunday games with a ref. So we'll see how that goes. We'll talk about that as well.
With Jeff?
No, not with
I'm
just
very invested in my guy
no.
Jeff now.
Jeff. Jeff is a nice guy. I don't think we have him come out to Abington. This is a
Oh,
little bit more of a legit league. Sorry, Jeff, if you're listening. Probably not.
I'm offended for him.
You should be.
Jeff is my guy.
Jeff, you've never even met him. You could run him over with your
No,
car. You would have no idea.
I'd have
Yeah,
no
that's your
clue.
guy. Okay, so we're going to start simple. Favorite food?
We don't get to talk about my. I had a goal scoring exploit yesterday.
So I feel like, let me ask you a question, right? You have a bang on game and your team loses, or you play like mediocre, because I went 3-2 tonight. You play mediocre or poor and your team wins. What do you prefer?
I mean, obviously, I'd prefer my team to win,
Okay. I
but
wasn't
that
sure.
wasn't going to happen.
Why?
We played a co-ed. I'm in a co-ed intramural league, and the other team I'm playing has one guy, basically, who as soon as he gets the ball, scores. Like if he chose to, he could just dribble through the entire team because he played for a semi-pro team.
Why doesn't he play for the Maryland team?
Lovely question. So he played semi-pro, and they stuck him at center back to like hide him, I guess, so that he wouldn't dribble through our entire team the whole time. But yeah, as soon as he got the ball, we had to like double team him, just contain, like don't let him go past you. If the other people beat us, that's fine.
Can you foul him?
And he still scored 4 goals
Can you foul him?
because we get graded on sportsmanship. And if we get too low of a sportsmanship rating, we can't play intramural next year.
I'm sorry, you get graded? What is this, a class? Do you get credit for this?
The referees keep track of our sportsmanship.
Do you get credit for this? Like, is this part of your GPA?
No.
This is
But
ridiculous.
if we want to play next year, we have to get a good enough sportsmanship rating.
Just register under a different name. They're not going to know the difference, or change your names. How the hell
You
would
have
they
to
know?
register using your university ID.
Oh boy. I
So
would
if
studs up
anyone
him like right in the shin.
See, they took away my slide tackling.
Who's they?
The league. They said very specifically in every email they sent out, no slide tackling.
Did they specifically mention Ari Abramovitz no slide tackling?
They should have.
They
They should have given me my respect.
Are you a big slide tackler?
I am now.
No. Okay. Boy, you never saw the growl when you played in high school.
No, senior year, I was starting left center back, and I was a slide tackler.
Okay. All right. Well, so you guys lost 4-2, but how was your goal? Because we're going to talk about your goal.
I got a really good assist directly to where I wanted it. It was on my right foot, though, so I was a little iffy on if I was going to score. Perfect finish, bottom bins.
Okay. Are
It was
the
a
goalies
lovely
any
take.
good in this league?
No, but the goals are tiny, so like my margin of error is smaller.
Okay.
Also, their goalie had gloves, so I'm going to pretend like that makes him more serious than otherwise.
Does your goalie not have gloves?
No.
You do know I have a pair of goalie gloves, right?
I doubt your goalie gloves are going to fit Liz.
I have small hands. I think we've all come to acknowledge and understand these are not big hands.
But are they girl hands?
I mean, do they look like girl hands? Like, no,
No.
I don't think. But
I will say, Liz put a great performance up given the circumstances, but I would describe one of the goals scored as she was scored instead of the ball. The ball was kicked directly at her. She caught the ball, but the shot was so strong that she moved backwards into the net.
Did she play goalie in high school?
No, we just needed someone to play goal.
And
And
you've got
Liz
nobody
stepped
else. Like
up, and Liz
Sam.
made some
Like
saves.
Sam is 6'5". Andrew's
Well,
6'7".
Sam wasn't there yesterday. Sam is 6'3", please. Sam wasn't there yesterday. And also, we like having Sam's pace out in the open field. He scares defenders. And Andrew is the techiest 6'7" human being I've ever seen.
I'm sorry, what does that mean?
Techie, like technical ability. His first touch is beautiful. Can't finish to save his life, but his first touch is unbelievable.
Interesting. Peter Crouch had a really nice first touch. Nobody gave him credit for it. And he was 6'7".
Andrew is better technical ability, but way worse striker.
Okay. So lost 4-2. Is that it? Like you played like 3 games and you're done?
That was the playoffs, technically.
Is there a spring season?
There's a futsal spring season, but there is no 7v7 league, as far as I'm aware.
And you played how many games? Like 3, right?
We played 3. We forfeited our first one because everyone was sick. And then we played 2 games, and the last one we played yesterday was the playoffs.
What kind of a league is this where you play 3? How many teams?
It's intramural. Like 7. I don't know.
This is stupid. I don't want to hear about your statistics in a 7-team league where you play 3 games. I don't want to hear about it. It's over. Thank God.
I had a goal and assist in 3 games. I was all right.
Okay. All right. Favorite food? Quick. You've had like 10 minutes to think about it.
Sweet or savory?
Your favorite food?
It makes a big difference. I need a category.
Sweet.
Cake.
What kind of cake?
White cloud or red velvet?
How about savory?
Brisket.
Brisket? My brisket or someone else's brisket?
Your brisket. Okay. I barely eat other people's briskets.
Okay. All right. Because we had a little incident with my brother-in-law's brisket. We're not going to get into it, but there was a little bit of an incident. Families were almost pulled apart. This will not. Yeah.
It may or may not have had anything to do with a used to be 5'11" woman.
Maybe.
Who's now probably 5'7", given her hunchback.
So, oh boy, you said it, not me. Thank God she doesn't know what a podcast is, period. So she's never going to be listening to this.
It's my grandmother, in case you couldn't tell.
Right. But not on my side, in case you guys couldn't tell. All right, this past weekend, family weekend at UMD, we saw a blowout, 5-0 Maryland Terrapins. How about that?
5-0 Maryland Terrapins. And I, for the sake of my job, am going to decline to comment any further than that.
Fair enough. We will not talk much about them. And it was your mother's birthday yesterday. She turned 33?
27.
27, some number. Below 48. Below 49, I should say. And so the last thing I wanted to talk about was we're going to have guest appearances. And I believe one of your friends, Sam, is going to be a guest. And then one of your friends impressed me quite a bit at family weekend.
You got to give Nick a mention first. Nick's going to be on here too.
Nick's going to be on.
We're going to play the Knicks. He's going to be on.
So, story about Nick. Nick's father, name Guy, check. Birthday July 25th, check. Birthday year 1975, check. He and I share a name and a birthday. It's amazing.
They're twins.
We are twins.
Until yesterday or 2 days ago, we'd never seen them in the same room together. So
that is very
we
true.
thought they were the same person. and now we know
Look,
they're just twins.
I'm no Richie with a different family in Westport, Connecticut. Like
The
this is not
Lopatines.
the Lopatines of Connecticut and the Lopatons of Bryn Mawr. We did not think that was the case. So Nick will be a guest. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about with Nick because Sam, we could talk about Patriots,
He's an Eagles fan.
Celtics. I thought he was a Patriots fan. Anyway, Celtics was really what we're going to talk about. And I think we should talk to them after games that we have, Sixers Celtics. So November 8th, we play the Celtics. So the pod after that is the one we should have him on.
And when we play the Knicks, we have Nick.
We have Nick. I didn't check the Knicks, but we'll have Nick. And then we've got your friend Cav, whose parents are both from London. She is a Man City fan, but she was dropping some knowledge. I don't know if she was trying to show off or if I don't know, but she was impressive. Let's just put it that way. She knew her stuff.
The way she describes herself is she's been watching since she was like 7. She's not great with names and statistics in the way like Nick and I are, but she remembers everything she's watched.
Okay. So we'll have to remind her.
She's been a City fan since well before they were good.
So we'll have to remind her of the goal that Peter Crouch scored a long time ago, but that was an important one. We're going to have to remind her of
the goal Steven Bergwijn scored.
Well, but before that, who was the Spanish striker that we had?
Oh, the really
tall. It came off his shoulder, but it was really his arm or something.
Fernando Llorente.
We're gonna have to remind her of that game because that was a good one.
That was a great one. That's an all-timer.
We'll have to remind her of the game that you and I watched when we were in Chicago. There's a lot of games we're gonna have to remind her of, and even this most recent one that we played against them in whatever it was, April something, where it was probably February. Anyway,
that's
so
quite a difference.
We'll remind her. I'll do the research because you don't do anything. You just
I'm the talent.
Whatever. All right, so we'll talk about Sixers. We'll do a Ben Simmons watch every episode. There's nothing to talk about. He's probably lighting it up against guys like me at the Lifetime in LA, hitting threes and like pretending like he knows what he's doing, but he's shit still. So
and there's always a photographer.
Always a photographer. Really quick, is James Harden going to play in a Sixers uniform ever again? Yes or no?
Yeah, he has to.
I'm not happy about that answer. Here's a question.
No, he like literally has to.
Well, but yeah, I know. But so here's a question though. Given what, and we're going to talk a little bit Celtics Bucks. Given what they've done though, do we just blow it up now?
We should.
Just blow it up.
We're too stupid to, but we should.
We should blow it up. We should trade Maxey. We should trade Embiid.
What?
Yeah. Everything.
If
we're going to blow it up.
22.
I want to blow it up to the studs.
Blow it up by blowing up your star who's young.
Everything.
You blow it up by You
know what I would do?
Don't listen to him.
I would trade Joel Embiid for Rudy Gobert and 6 picks.
You shut your dirty mouth. Also, what picks?
I know they don't have.
They already got rid of them all.
I'm sorry, I didn't clarify. 6 second-round picks.
Here's the deal: Harden to the Heat for Tyler Hero as salary match, Jovic and like a pick.
Okay.
Joel to the Cavs for Mobley and Allen.
I don't like Allen.
I don't either, but he's serviceable. And then you've got a young starting lineup with a young bench. and some vets to tutor them for a few years.
So I feel like we're the Thunder, but worse.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
better.
care. But also the Thunder are going to be very good this year. We'll get to that
Well,
later.
so that's yeah. All right. So NBA picks.
Do you want to start with Tottenham just for
No.
this week?
Oh yeah. Well, so Tottenham's a little tough, right? We can start with Tottenham. I don't want to rehash like the Liverpool game. I just
Isn't that what we're
thought
supposed to do? Given that
it
it
is
was,
normally, but I don't want to do that this week.
oh, we're
We
just
kind
doing
of
a little recap.
a little
Okay.
recap. So I've changed, I
So
think, the 5 stages of Tottenham, if people remember.
I think I should start.
Well, can I talk about the 5 stages of Tottenham if I can
But
remember?
I think I should start because I need to tell the people where we're at, right?
Okay.
Last you saw me, I think I was the most negative Tottenham fan of all time. I hated everything that this club possibly could do and everything that they did do. And now I love the team. A lot can change in like 4 or 5 months. I love this team now. Ange has worked wonders on me. We've got a lovely, young starting lineup. The bench sucks. If Hoybjerg has to keep coming on, like, we're going to have problems. But until January, when we can make some more signings and get rid of that bum, Hogbgerg.
Have we explained why it's Hogbgerg? Have we even talked about that on the pod?
I don't know
that
we have.
I think we should remind the people. So Hoybjerg is spelled Hojbjerg. Hoybjerg. It's fine. It actually makes sense, right? If you're Scandinavian. One day I had like a brain fart. And I sent the text to Ari, and it was about Hoybjerg. But
I think you literally just texted me one word. I think it was a one-word text.
But I for whatever reason the J's didn't look right, so I substituted G's. So it was Hogbgerg.
I actually think it's happened twice.
Did it happen twice?
I think it's happened 2 separate times.
No, I think it was it 2 times? It just didn't look right. So now he will always and forever be Hogbgerg.
Hogbgerg.
Yeah. And that's who we're going to trade you for today. Hogbgerg. So 5 stages of Tottenham, right? Originally were anticipation, bewilderment, anger, acceptance, relief. I think we have to change those. So anticipation becomes excitement.
Which is basically just anticipation.
Yeah. Bewilderment becomes contentment. What do you think?
Okay.
Anyway.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect. The original 5
we'll workshop it.
They were perfect. I mean,
for last year, the original 5 were, yeah. Last year feels like a fever dream. I saw a video of Christian Stellini earlier today. Just couldn't believe my eyes.
What happened?
It was a video from last year of him just saying, I am Christian Stellini. I am the manager of Tottenham. And I literally had no recollection of that ever happening.
Yeah, well, needless to say, he probably doesn't have a recollection of it because he only lasted 4 games and then he was out. I think right now the stage we're in is anticipation or excitement, right? That's the one. And for every single game that comes up.
I think we're in contentment.
No, I'm excited. Like I'm excited.
I feel like but I feel like anticipation is like waiting for the season to start.
No, it's just 5 stages, and you can be in any stage at any point in time. I'm excited for this week.
I am too.
I will say I was content last week before the Liverpool game. I wasn't excited because I didn't feel like we were going to win. But I haven't had any anger this year at all. I haven't had any acceptance of how bad we are this year at all. And I haven't had any relief that like a game's over. Like, oh, thank God, like that one's done.
I felt relief that the Liverpool game was over just because it was like not what we were used to seeing. But at the same time, I was also ecstatic that we had broken the Liverpool curse. So, like, it's twofold.
So, yes, Tottenham right now, second place. 5 wins, 2 draws, 17 points. The
One
2
of two
draws have been
unbeaten
against
teams left.
2 unbeaten teams left. The draws were against Brentford and Arsenal, at Brentford and at Arsenal, which
At
are tough
Brentford, first week of the season,
first week of the season.
especially tough.
So I'm going to ask you a few. Like, we're not going to go into the Liverpool. I mean, you know, I'm going to ask you some. I'm going to mention a few people.
Okay.
Guglielmo Vicario
Has been excellent. Someone compared him to Courtois, which I think is just because he's a lanky white keeper. But, like, I can't help but see it. His movements, the way he saves the ball, like, I think it's just because he's a lanky white guy, but I think it's a good comparison.
So I'm going to tell you what I see. His attitude is fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic. So last game, we had a couple mistakes by Cuti Romero. And Vicario's like grabbing him and hugging him.
You mean a week ago, not 2 days ago, right?
Yes. Yeah, a week ago, obviously. I think he realizes when mistakes are made, who's making the mistake, and he understands what he needs to give that person, whether it's a stiff like kick in the ass or whether it's a hug. He's fantastic, and I'm like enjoying him a ton, and he actually does distribute the ball really well. And I feel like the first few weeks were shaky, but like
Just
even
the
against
first two, even.
yeah, but
Maybe
so
even
against
one.
Liverpool, there was a move, and I think they're starting to trust one another. And why I say that is because early in the game, 11v11, this is before the 2 red cards, he passes the ball to Basuma, who's right outside the 18 in the middle. And Basuma trusts him enough to know I can control and turn. Nobody's on me because he's given me the ball in a compromising position, but he knows nobody's on me. That's why he's done it. That's the trust. That's what I
But
really
they've also shown, I don't remember which game it was, but he got that ball in the exact same compromising position a few weeks ago where there was a guy on him, and Vicario trusted him enough in that situation to be able to turn his man once he was made aware of him and get past him. And there wouldn't be a problem there.
Now let's ask, right? There was a signing we made this summer that you were not very excited about. Care to elaborate, maybe?
Okay. So I was not super. That's my move. You don't get to steal that from me. You don't get to steal that from me. I'm not moving on until you stop. Okay. I was not ecstatic about the James Madison signing.
What?
And my explanation on this is, first of all, I wanted a full rebuild. I didn't want a single player over the age of 23. That was the start of it. And second of all, I thought that he was great on his day, but inconsistent as a whole, where he would like have a really good 3-week stretch where you got 7 goals and assists, and then you wouldn't hear about him for a month again. And he could get away with that because he was at Leicester, but right. I didn't love it. But credit to him, he has taken his game up an entire another level. He has been excellent.
I think the expectation of him by Ange has been that he can't do that. He can't disappear. And I think that's why he has improved how he's played.
My biggest problem was I saw him as a player that made us think that we were competing when I wanted us to be rebuilding. And I didn't think it was possible for us to do both at the same time. But so far, we have been able to.
My fear is we can't keep this up. And we'll have patches.
realistically, that will be the case. But as long as we keep playing the way we're playing, this season is a success already.
But my fear is that we can't keep this up, let's say, in 2 years or next year. Like, Ange Ball is a little bit challenging, and I think we can get away with it this year because we've literally got 2 competitions left. The FA Cup, because we already lost in the Carling Cup, or whatever the fuck they call that piece of shit, right? So we've got the FA Cup, and we've got, obviously, the Premier League. So, like, the pressing style is fine. We can handle that. We've got a short bench, but we can handle it. Next year, with a few more games, I'm a little afraid.
But next year you have more
see,
players you can rely on. Because
I
next
hope
year
so.
you have 2 more windows in the meantime.
Look, Poch was great the first, call it 3.5 seasons. And then he kind of shit the bed. And so I just hope this guy can last. I don't love changing managers. I actually would love to have a manager for like 10 years.
I would love that too.
And so
But I think
hope
that's possible. You need to. The problem we had with Poch was that 1 year where we didn't update the squad at all. And then our first signing back from that was like Lucas Moura, which is just terrible recruitment.
Club legend who scored 3 goals against Ajax at Ajax.
No.
And now he's playing at some 2-bit league in like Brazil, but who cares? Udogie, best left back in the league or no?
Best left back in the league. This year at least, yes. I mean, on form, he needs to keep it up, but I genuinely think he will. He is an incredible talent.
So now I'm going to ask you a few questions. Best signing of the summer?
Van de Ven has arguably been our best player in every game.
I will tell you Bissouma's our best signing of the summer.
I get it. Like, he's like a new signing, but new signing.
Bissouma, best signing of the summer. By far.
No.
He is our new Dembele. By the way, it bothers me a little bit. He's 6 foot tall. Like, I looked this up. But because he wears his shorts so baggy, he looks like he's 5'9". Like, wear the shorts a little shorter. Let me see those
Welcome
knees.
back to the podcast for those of you who are returning.
Let me see those knees. Theme. Like, come on, man. I don't know. I don't love the back. Like, show me your knees. I want to see. I want to see something. Come on. I want to see a little bit of skin. Right? And normally in the winter, he's got like the sleeves all over. Like, he actually doesn't even put his fingers through the holes. He's got his, like, he does this.
I respect that.
No.
That's a me move.
Like, literally, the only thing you could see is his face.
Good.
But I love him. Now,
he's been outstanding.
Most improved player. You want me to go first?
No. I'm going to say Porro.
That's the one I was going to say.
Defensively, he's looked great. He went from a specialist right wing back who couldn't defend to like pretty solid defensively, and he still kept up the attacking output. He has been great.
Yes, he looks fantastic. Defensively, too. Really good.
I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Yes,
I like
Pedro Porro, most improved player. In all seriousness, best signing of the summer is Madison. Van de Ven has been very, very good. I need a little bit more from Kulusevski, I'm going to be honest. I think he gets blocked, his shot or his passing, like, all the time.
He looks like he's getting there, though. Like, there are more moments in the game now where I'm like, that was a good move than I was the whole of last year. So I'll take that.
I need a little bit more out of him. I think Rishi's fine, and the way Sonny has been, like,
Richie
playing
looked
him
great
up,
on the left.
Well, you know what? Even last year, a few games that he played on the left, he looked pretty good. We've got no choice because right now you've got Perisic is hurt, right? And Brennan Johnson's hurt. So, like,
I think just for a week. He should be back next week, and if not, then the week after.
okay.
They were just being careful with him.
But I do like Sonny's not playing. Sonny's 31. I like that he's not playing 99 minutes a game.
He's also clearly like playing through injury. Like he's barely training during the week. If you notice during the celebrations for the winner, he could like barely run. Like I think it's bad. Yeah.
But he's like Ange just said, he's back to kind of normal. Last year he was hurt.
He's getting there.
He's getting there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so that's Tottenham. We will continue to talk about them. I am going, as you know, I will be at the Chelsea game Monday night. I'll see if we can't record after that game when I'm in London. It'll be like midnight, but I'll be
another London episode.
A London episode.
The last one didn't go so well.
No, those were tough. I will be at the West Ham game. I don't go to away games, just for the record. So home against West Ham, home against Newcastle. I need a little revenge there because they beat us when I was at the.
They're still gonna beat us, I think.
I don't know. We'll see. And then
let's not be too bullish and get our hopes up, and then
we have our tickets purchased for Wolves in February. So that'll be fun. All right, let's move on. Basketball. We're at like
I'm still just as negative, if not more negative, about the Sixers this year. I want to make that clear. As positive as I was about Tottenham, I despise this team, and I despise Daryl Morey.
So I, too, despise this team, and I despise Joel Embiid.
You're just an asshole.
No, I think Joel Embiid did everything he possibly could during the regular season to win MVP, and he did the bare minimum.
Are we doing this again?
Yes.
I'm not rehashing this.
Fine.
I think we should blow it up. I agree with you.
Thank you.
Enough with he did all he could to win the MVP, and then he disappeared.
I'm right, but that's okay. So, should we start with the East or the West? Let's start with the West.
The West is tough. I think we start with the East because I think it's actually easier.
All right, so East, we're going to do it in groups. Here's the way I think we should do it. Who's out? Who's in the play-in and makes it and doesn't make it? Right? So out is 5 teams. Play-in is the 4 teams to 2. And then the playoff
but we're just doing standings. We're not doing I don't have who I think is winning the play-in.
Well, you have 7 and 8.
Who I think is winning each conference. I have 9 and 10 and 7 and 8, but I don't actually know who's going to win those games yet.
All right. Well, I have the plans. And then we've got 1 through 6, and we can run through them quickly. So, for me, who's out? Obviously, the Wizards. They suck. Pistons.
Is this in order?
No orders. Give
it an order.
So, Wizards, Pistons, Hornets.
Feels high.
Raptors, and Nets.
I have the same group, just a different order. I've got Hornets at 15, Pistons at 14, Wizards 13, Nets 12, Raptors 11.
So what's interesting is the Nets are like the 7th favorite or 8th favorite.
That's like weird because if you look at how they played after the KD trade,
they were terrible.
They were atrocious. They only made the playoffs because they had built up such a lead in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. So, play-in, I've got Pacers, Magic, Bulls, Hawks.
In order, that's your saying?
Yeah. Pacers 7, Magic 8, Bulls 9, Hawks 10.
Go from the bottom up.
Hawks, Bulls, Magic, Pacers, whatever.
I get it. I just come on. A little bit of, I have Bulls 10, Hawks 9,
Okay.
Pacers 8, Magic 7.
Wow. And so Magic are actually, if you look at like MGM, Pacers are 11, Magic are 12. We have them at 7 and 8.
I'm always bullish on young teams. I like to see the potential with them, but also the Magic were, after a certain point last year, they were a 500 team. And they're only getting better because that's what young teams do. I think they've got 2 star level players in Franz and Banchero. And then you've got a bunch of really good tertiary young guys.
I don't love Franz.
Of course you don't.
I don't.
I think he's incredible.
Incredible.
Yep.
Jeez.
It's a very good
high
player
praise
right there.
for Franz Wagner.
He's been super good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I feel like he's a little bit like who's the guy in the Jazz, the foreigner?
Markkanen,
Yeah, he's like a Markkanen to me.
who
He'll
was
get his,
really good last year.
yeah, they'll
Markkanen
get
is
their points, but
as
they
of
don't
last year, was a star level player.
You want him on your team?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Literally, yes. What are
No.
you talking about?
He reminds me of also the guy in Sacramento, the Serbian or whatever is
Sabonis,
Sabonis.
the Jew, Sabonis.
Not that good.
Yes, that good.
No, not that good. Anyway, number 6.
Third best center in the league.
Yeah.
Number 6, I have the Heat because I think that they like to troll in the regular season.
So I have the Knicks as my number 6. Number 5.
The Knicks.
Sixers.
Yeah.
Number 4.
The Sixers.
The Heat. So it's interesting. We have 4, 5, 6 is about the same. Number 3. Who's left? It's basically the Cavs. Right. And then who do you have 2 and 1?
So I went Celtics and then Bucks because if you look at the Celtics depth might just be the worst thing I've ever seen. The Celtics have 6 players, and then you get past that and you're like, oh boy, they're going to play that guy? They're relying on...
They have a really good 6 players, though.
I mean, yes, but you're relying on bad knees Kristaps Porzingis, and you're relying on 87-year-old Al Horford to stay healthy, and beyond that, you don't have a big man. And then, the other players are good and don't have huge injury histories, but also, after that, there's nothing.
So, I have, regular season-wise, Bucks 2, Celtics 1, but I'm giving the Bucks the edge in winning the East because Missoula sucks, and Adrian Griffin has to be better than Coach Bud. It's almost I am better than Coach Bud, so I've got to think Adrian Griffin will be better, and a guy with a pulse taking that Bucks team should be able to take them to the finals.
I have them winning the East as well, which is disgusting to me because I hate Dame and I hate Giannis.
I hate Dame too.
I would genuinely rather the Celtics win the championship than the Bucks.
I would not. No. You clearly don't understand how much we hate the Celtics.
As Joel Embiid says, this ain't a rivalry. They always beat our ass.
Yeah, but I grew up in the 80s, and it kind of was a rivalry.
Okay, but now my options are Dame and Giannis, so 2 evils, or Al Horford, 1 evil. And on that side, Kristaps Porzingis, who I actually really like, and Drew Holiday, who I have no problems with.
I have no problems with Drew Holiday, but I do not like Tatum. I'm not a fan.
We're going with Tatum, not
Yeah.
Batum.
Damn.
I kind of
Tatum.
like Batum now.
No, Tatum it feels more Star Warsy,
We could
right?
go both Tatum and Batum instead of
That's
Tatum
fine,
and
but I
Batum.
don't like him at all. I'm really not a fan.
I don't like him either, but like I don't really care.
No, he really bothers me.
My hatred for Giannis and Dame is well above him.
Well, I think I hate Tatum more than Giannis, but not Dame, because Dame's a bitch. Sorry.
Dame is a bitch.
Like, just.
Have we made it this far into the episode without cursing?
I think I may have said fuck a few times.
Maybe.
Not a lot, though. That's okay.
It's been a tame episode.
It's been,
Been a tame
we're warming
episode.
ourselves
It's a warm
back
up.
into
This
it.
is our preseason.
Yeah. So, all right, let's go to the West. We're actually, time-wise, we're over, but we're not at like 3 hours and 27 minutes, which is where we would have been last.
If this episode's an hour and then everyone after that's 45, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Because we had a lot to talk about today.
We did. We had to sort of get back in the flow of thing, get the juices going, right? Talk a little bit too much about your fucking bullshit soccer that nobody cares about.
Enough, because they care about your basketball. It's done for the year. So,
by the way, that game-winning shot, if we can go back to it, like,
oh my God.
But what I didn't tell you, so I took a shot on the left-hand side, and I knuckleballed it a little bit, but it looked like it was going in, and my stupid self goes, game. And then it went boom, and it came out. Right. But the guy who I was D'ing up, he didn't say anything, and I would have been all over him. Like, if he did that to me, I would have been like, game. Every time he touched the ball, I would have been like, game, 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 game. I prematurely called game. Thank God.
I had been there, I would have been clowning your ass.
Yeah.
From the sideline. Is that game?
By the way, I usually clown myself when someone like beats me. I've been known to go, "Oh, he got me," as he's dribbling by me. Like, it's kind of my thing. Like, "Oh, got me." And Dom, one of the guys who plays with, he gets me a lot. And when he goes by me, I'm like, "God, got me." But I hit the other one. I'm
a good move kind of guy.
It was so pure. Like, it was smooth, the game winner. Thank God I made up for the non-game winner game. Game.
Did you call it game that time?
Like, it and then came out. Like, you could hear it from, like, you could probably hear it at Maryland is how clanky it was. All right,
did you call game the second time, though?
I did not call game. I didn't make the mistake.
You learned?
I learned. Yeah. That happened to be the only game I hit my 2 shots in, and they were pure. They were, like, beautiful. Boop. Okay. West. You want me to go first?
This one's first? Tough.
Yeah, I don't think it's all that tough.
You're incorrect. You're underestimating
15.
A lot of teams.
Jazz.
Blazers.
14. Spurs.
Jazz.
13.
Spurs.
Blazers.
Cool.
12.
Houston.
Kings.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Give them a little bit of respect.
12. Kings.
No.
11.
You're doubling down on your shitty Houston bet from last year.
Yes, I am. Yes,
I think they're a sneaky play-in team.
Just wait. Wait till you hear my picks. They're good.
12, I have Houston. 11, I have the Mavs again.
I have the Pelicans 11.
You hate me.
Yeah. Pelicans 11. 10.
Why did you say yeah?
No, I mean, I don't hate
10
you,
Timberwolves.
I have the Timberwolves 10. 9.
How high do you have Houston?
9.
9, I have the Kings.
I have the Clippers.
Oh my God, Abba. It has to stop. It has to stop.
Clippers. 9. 8.
Grizzlies. I think the 25-game suspension is going to hurt, and they won't be able to get as high as they otherwise could.
Rockets.
That's so high.
I know.
That's so
Well,
high.
it depends if like the
That's
girlfriend
so
Peter plays or
wrong.
not. Do we think he's gonna play?
No.
They're probably better off without him. He's an asshole. Did you know Kelly Oubre scored 19 a game last year?
Yes.
That's fucking crazy. He's like our 12th option. We signed him as an afterthought like a week ago. How does that even happen? You know what though?
This is the
Kelly
weirdest
Oubre is going
assortment
to
of
give this
players
team
ever. We have like
additional drip.
7 big men.
Kelly Oubre is going to give this team some drip. So, like on the drip calendar, the drip meter.
Hot take. I don't think he's that hot. I don't see it.
No, I will tell you, I don't see it either. But like the drip is there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it either. By the way, like he's not. It's not my thing. 7.
Clippers.
Thunder.
Too low.
No. The
Too low.
Thunder actually, based on Vegas, they're 11th at MGM.
My thing with the Thunder, and I can talk about it a little bit more later, but like Shea was playing at an MVP level last year. He was unbelievable. Like he is a monster player. And then their big man depth last year was atrocious. Like I know you hate him, but Chet Holmgren cannot be worse than that.
I don't like Chet, but I'm interested.
They've got Giddey, who's good. They've got Lou Dort, who's decent and a great defender. And they've got Jalen Williams, who's been
Vegas
great.
has him 11th. By the way, the Rockets are 15th based on Vegas.
That feels harsh to me, but like I think those are like bottom 3 teams, and then there's like the Rockets in their own tier at 12.
Maybe. We'll see. All right, playoff teams. 6.
Pelicans.
Grizzlies. 5.
Lakers.
Warriors.
That feels kind of low, but I also kind of see it.
Just when you thought the Warriors were the oldest team in the league, they got older. Like, how the fuck did they do that? They were the oldest team in the league. Like, Draymond is 37 years old. Like, Steph is like 43. Clay looks like he's 62, right? Like, Clay walks around.
And then they got Chris Paul, who I genuinely think has been alive since the beginning of time.
Clay walks around. I have the Clay strut, and I'm 48 years old, right? Like, when I hit that shot, I kept walking down the court. There was nobody there. I just walked there. I don't have teammates on the sideline, like chest bumping me. I just took my shot, turned around, and kept walking, and like kind of did like a little like, right? I got the Clay walk. Clay's
I didn't understand the word that just came out of your mouth.
And then they added this fucking.
They added Father Time himself.
CP3. I mean,
he's been there since the dawn of man.
I think he was one of the first players to enter the NBA.
I think you're being
generous. I mean, I'm going to go as far as saying, look. What the fuck are they thinking? How do they think they're getting better with that fucking geriatric patient? Like, seriously. CP3. Who's bringing the ball up? Because Steph likes to bring it up.
Steph.
So what's CP3 going to do? If he can't dribble, he can't do anything.
Probably come off the bench.
Oh, boy. You just took he's worse. His money is worse than Tobias' money. At least Tobias starts. Okay. All right. Anyway, 4.
The Thunder.
Mavericks. Kyrie. Yeah. Kyrie, that asshole motherfucker, is going to have a good year. And he's going to figure out how to play with Luka. He's going to figure out how to be second.
Who's playing defense?
You don't need defense when you score 130 a game.
Kyrie's
going to score 32. Luka's going to score 38. Luka's the MVP. Oh, that's what we should do next week, by the way. We should do predictions on the
Okay.
yeah, we'll do that. Luke is not the MVP, by the way. But
Kyrie is atrocious now. I don't want to
yeah, I
hear
know. But Mavericks
No.
4, number 3.
Mavericks 11th. Number 3, Warriors.
Number 3, Lakers. Number 2,
Suns.
Nuggets. Number 1, Suns.
Nuggets.
Who's going to come out of the West, though?
The Nuggets.
I'm calling it. The Suns are coming out of the West.
I hope.
The Bucks are going to win it all.
The Nuggets are going to win it again.
I'm saying the Bucks are going to win it all.
This is going to be the most miserable finals experience possible for me. In my predictions.
About the season, but here's the thing. So every year we go in, the last 5 years, we go in thinking like, this will be the year the Sixers do it.
Who's we?
And I think we've all.
Who is we?
I mean, come on. Like
I have gone in the last 3 years.
I don't know. I get
knowing
duped.
This team sucks.
I get duped. I'm not getting duped this year.
About time.
Regardless of what we do during the regular season, we're gonna stink it up in the second round if we even make it there. So what the
First
fuck
round this year?
Probably.
If you get sucked in this year, I'm institutionalizing you.
No. I'm not sucked in. I don't care if we get.
No, but we're gonna have like 6. We're gonna have like 6 good games under Nick Nurse, and you're gonna be like, new coaching staff. Maybe this is the year.
No.
Come back and like. Hang on. I want the people to come back in like 6 episodes and see how he's talking about the Sixers.
I think you're going to be surprised how negative I am about this team. They don't do it for me. I'm so bored with them. I actually really loved the true process Sixers that went, 12 and 70 or
10 and 72.
10 and 72. Like at least we could get tickets to the games. It was easy, which was
I missed
great.
the Luke Mbah-a-Moute Sixers. Timothy Luwawu Cabarrot Sixers.
No, it's even before those Sixers.
The Marco Bellinelli Sixers.
It was before that.
The Jeremy Grant Sixers.
Jeremy Grant was on those teams.
The Christian Wood Sixers.
Covington.
The Covington Sixers. Although Covington lasted longer. He was a good player.
It was Ish Smith. He was like our starting point guard.
Ish Smith Sixers.
Man, the process Sixers were so fucking great. There were no expectations. You'd go to the game and you'd just watch a basketball game. You didn't care. You didn't think they were going to win. You didn't care. Like it was beautiful. And that's what
Hollis Thompson Sixers.
What are you doing? A little research here? Like you finally look something up, you putz?
No, I was doing a Philadelphia 76ers lineups quiz back to like the 80s.
By the way, should we talk about what's that like 3x3 matrix that we sometimes play?
Oh, Immaculate Grid?
Yeah, who
we're really like this is a topic of conversation.
Recently the Sixers were one of the rows. I think it was a column. Who beat who?
Okay. You should beat me. One of us is 48 and the other one is about like not even 20.
All right.
You should know more about the Sixers.
Punch of the week. Punch of the week. Who do we have?
Liverpool fans. Every time we play them, I remember exactly why I think they are the worst fan base in the league behind Arsenal and why I absolutely despise every single one of them. They are the biggest group of whining fucking bitches I have ever seen. Everything is a fucking conspiracy against them. Nothing has ever gone their way. And when things do go their way, things still didn't go their way. One game finally goes our way against them, and they are calling for blood. When every other game we've ever played against them, they've had red cards that weren't called, the dodgiest penalties of all time. Jota kicked Oliver Skip in the face last year.
I
Did he
think
even
that's
get
a
a
high
yellow
boot,
for
isn't it?
that?
I do, and he had stitches like on the side of his face.
Did he even get
He
a
missed
yellow
the
for
eye
that?
by like an inch.
Studs up, kicked Oliver Skip in the face.
Got a yellow
No
card.
red. Did he? Okay.
He did
But
get a
like,
yellow for that. I mean, it's a clear red.
but it's a conspiracy against them. Everything.
So I was gonna say Jurgen Klopp, but now I can't. So my punch of the week.
Jurgen Klopp's outfit. Punch of the week.
It was not a good outfit. I'm gonna go with a guy who I expect to not have a very good postseason, and that is one Aaron Nola. For having the
Postseason. He didn't
shittiest
have a very good season.
of shitty seasons when the expectations were that he was going to take it to the next level. So
That
I'm
guy has genuinely played himself out of like $150 million this year. He
Aaron,
wanted $200 million last year, and now I think he's going to go homeless.
Aaron Nola, punch of the week.
Aaron
And
Nola, Ben Simmons of baseball.
nah,
Doesn't have the mentality. Every time the going gets tough, he breaks down, and he's been coddled his entire career.
maybe. Let's see how he does in the
Aaron
playoffs.
Nola.
And with that, at an hour and 1 minute, we almost kept it under an hour, but that's pretty good for us. I thank you, Ari.
I thank you, Abba. I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, did you see did you see what I hung up?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Athletes have their jerseys. Your Abba has his ball boy uniform hung up on the wall for everybody to see. From 2017. I should have signed it too. I forgot to sign it. Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. All right. I thank you and I bid you adieu. Goodbye.